Hello all, I am KADHIJA SHAMSUDHIN from the Department of Social Work, RG and IYD. As part of our course Social Work Profession, I am here to talk about the topic Fieldwork in Social Work Education, its challenges, issues and best practices. So, the social work curriculum consists of classroom education and learning from the actual fields of practice. Social work practicum is based on the philosophy of learning by doing, and its purpose is fundamental for a sound training in social work. Social work practicum, usually referred to as fieldwork, plays an essential role and provides the experiential basis for the students' academic program. The fieldwork opportunities take the students to a vast variety of ground realities of the world around. Therefore, it is critically important for social work students to acquire in a classroom environment practice principles, values and ethics and the scientific basis for practice. And it is equally important to apply the theoretical content covered in the classroom to real-life situations as part of a student's preparation to become a professional social worker. It takes more than academic fitness, but also evidence-based knowledge, field-tested skills, and a wealth on hands-on experience to become a true professional social worker. The objective of social worker impart integration of social work knowledge, attitudes and skills relevant to the contemporary social realities in the historical context and local social realities in the national and international context. It also focuses on the development of a critical consciousness in students through a process of critical pedagogy so that they become aware of the social ills of society and are motivated to elevate them. The general purpose of fieldwork is therefore to acquaint students with actual social work situations in preparation for professional social work practice. It is an instrument that is used to initiate students into the profession through inculcation and assimilation of social work ethics, principles and values. Thus, social work students on fieldwork are exposed to social work at both the micro and macro levels. Students undergoing fieldwork may be placed in settings in which they are engaged in direct practice and indirect service provision. All student social workers are expected to develop certain competencies that are considered essential. These include the application of the ethics of social work practice, the use of critical thinking to guide decision making, the acceptance and understanding of diversity in practice, the advancement of social justice, the participation in the development of policies that impact social service provision, and the engagement, assessment, and intervention with individuals, families, groups, and communities. Now, coming to the challenges, the fieldwork in social work education is an ongoing process of moving between one's teaching, outlook, field action and research, administration and consultation, and evaluative, reflective, and back again to building critical perspectives. Fieldwork placement opportunities should provide an environment within which students can be exposed to the professional realities of practice in social work. Anticipated part of the social work education. Students can experience a range of conflicting emotions prior to placement, ranging from excitement to self-doubt. Once fieldwork begins, it can be exhilarating, exhausting, affirming, and challenging. It is through practice that knowledge begins to be tested and skills are applied and further development takes place within an attitudinal change. And talking about the challenges, since most of the students face it difficult, since the students are placed in far off places, it is not possible to have a direct consultation with the faculty. That is a situation that usually happens. And also the lack of professional social workers in some agencies is another issue that is usually happening. And in some cases, the students face that, like some colleges have this defined objectives for fieldwork for each semester, and many of the agencies got the specific jobs done by the students. Thus, the students face tough challenges in fulfilling the requirements of both. That is of the agency and of the college. And also, some students, in case of some students, the students are used as substitute employees is also an issue with the students. And also some agencies do not have any scope for the students' initiatives and creativity. They are just made to do only administrative work. It also lacked a challenging exposure in some of the students. Also, for a few, the field placements at times were like it can be a financial constraints too. So that can be generally mentioned as the challenges faced by students. Now, talking about the best practice is a technique or methodology that has evolved through experience and research. Some of them are like development through live labs. Actually, they serve as the practice wing of the School of Social Work. That is like providing models and avenues for the social work trainees. Each student is allocated to a minimum of 2 exposures to the live lab, within the twin intention of gaining professional experience and encouraging volunteerism and a spirit of service, which form part of the professional social work. The next one is like public-private collaboration. It is also another healthy practice, that is of building tie-ups with the initiatives of state and various autonomous bodies, and other best practices can be like know your neighborhood program, organizational observation visit, social sensitization camps, etc. And these are the programs that has been used by different other School of Social Work institutes. And coming to the conclusion, we can say that the fieldwork is envisaged in 3 stages: exposure, insertion, and immersion. The initial phase is that of exposing various settings and situations to the students in field practicum proper. The student is introduced into the profession of social work basically through an open community learning opportunity with linkages with one or many of the existing systems or resources. Immersion phase is an expected stage of growth in the student's life, when the student absorbs the professional values and is able to take one's stand and get immersed in the field in which one is introduced. Thank you.